In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the 2016 Get Organized Challenge. Tiffany Spalding, who creates the scrap rack, and her website is www.totally-tiffany.com, hosts this challenge about 3 times a year. It's totally free. It's to help you get your craft room organized. It's I've used her system to organize my craft room, and I just love it. The first time I participated was 2014, and I've been participating ever since. My room is pretty much done, but I enjoy participating and interacting with the other members of the group, and so I just keep doing it. She's got homework assigned each week, and this is the homework for week 1. Which the first one is to use your craft supplies to create a big benefit reminder and a reward list for each week of the challenge. Post it in a place where you will see it. I have a few of mine up right now that I've done. This is from the second time I did it. I don't have the first one. I think it was just a handwritten sheet with my rewards. I think that's all I did the first time. So it can be simple or it can be elaborate. That's totally up to you. And I also have this one done as an actual board. It's from the same time because it says fall. And these are little envelopes that I made with my envelope punch board. And I have what each week is labeled. Those are coming off because they're written in chalk. And then inside I would put what my reward was for that week. I think what I had done that time was I had wrote down what my 8 rewards were, and then I just kind of folded them in half, and I randomly chose one and put it in the envelope. So while I knew what I was getting, I didn't know what I was getting that week. That was somebody else's way of doing it in the challenge, and I thought it sounded kind of neat, so I decided to try it. And then the last board I made was a two-page one, which then instead of having one big benefit, which my big benefit was always that I would be able to craft without frustration. And most people's is something along those lines. It's, they vary a little bit, but usually that's it. And the rewards, you can make simple or you can make elaborate. Totally up to you. They can not cost anything. I've seen people do, I'm going to take time to read a book because I like to read and I never get to do it. I'm going to take a bubble bath, whatever. It can be really simple. And then the second page of that one had a pocket for each week and a little arrow that I turned and pointed to each week. And then it had a tag inside with what my reward was. Now, I don't do the big benefit board anymore because my room is pretty much organized. I participate, and in the Facebook group, I host a event each time, where I post the homework for each week, and I put links to anything that requires a link so that people can find those really easily, because sometimes on the main page there's so much activity, those things get lost. So I just asked if I could host a event, and they said, yeah, that's fine. The second one is to read the 4-section system article on the Totally Tiffany website, and there's also a video posted. You can watch that as well. See, I post links to those things in the event. The next, number 3, would be to create your themes and sentiment index, which I'll go over the 4-section system a little bit here. The 4-section system is alphabets, themes A to Z, calendar, and rainbow. My alphabet section consists of the alphabet, numbers, punctuation, and phrases and words that are not theme specific. My themes are art and education, baby, birthday, cards and envelopes. I put any cards here that don't have, like birthday I have a separate one for, so obviously birthday goes there, but like sympathy, thank you, thinking of you, things like that go in there. Cats, I have a separate section for that because I have a lot of cat stuff because we have 2 cats. Childhood, clothing and shoes, which I actually think I'm going to combine with my paper doll section. Cooking and foods, decades, Disney, education, team, family, friend. It should just say garden because my flowers are put by rainbow. Home and house, paper dolls, postal, religion. Shapes, which is basically things that are used to make shapes or backgrounds, because I don't actually file any shapes in there because those go in my rainbow section or in theme. Sports, transportation, vacation, weddings, Wizard of Oz. And then my calendar section, I like to do it by season. And my reasoning is, Tiffany's motto is, keep things together you'll use together. And if I go January through December, well, it snows here from December into March, really. But so I have that. That's why I did it by winter, so that my snow stuff goes into winter. But then I've got Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's. But there's some crossover there, so that's why I did it that way. Spring is St. Patrick's, Easter, Mother's Day. Summer is graduation, Father's Day, patriotic. I put all my patriotic stuff under 4th of July because it tends to be what I think of when I think of the flag. But if I'm doing something for Memorial Day or Veterans Day, I know that all my patriotic stuff is in my summer section. Falls, grandparents, Halloween, Thanksgiving. Then my rainbow, I really need to redo this because I had all my colors alphabetically at one time, and I have since switched them to go in Roy G. Biv order: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. I don't use indigo. It's either blue or violet to me. And then I have my neutrals: white, gray, black, brown at the end, and my multi-clear section, which is for things that are multicolored, or they're clear, or like chipboard that I can make any color I want. So I put those at the end. So that's my 4-section system. Then she suggests that you take a few before pictures of your craft room, so you remember what it looked like before you finished. Gather all your supplies into one room or space. Set your purge goals. Get a purge box. Find a home for your purge. And I keep a purge box in my craft room. I put it down underneath my desk. I got a big P on it. Mine's just a 12 by 12 paper box now. I think originally it was bigger than that, but this works now. That's actually my giveaway and my purge box. She suggests that you always keep one of those in your craft room, so as you're going through your supplies, you see something you're not going to use, put it in your purge. And that doesn't necessarily mean you have to throw it away or give it away. If you want to sell it, that's fine. Mine usually either goes to my sister, because she's always giving me stuff. So if I find something that I have duplicates of that I think she'll use, I'll give it to her. Or it goes to my daughter, who's a special ed teacher and can always use supplies for her room. And then evaluate your space for visibility and accessibility. Make any changes and prepare the space for your supplies. Basically, you want to think about, what items do I use the most? You want to keep those the closest to you, like your tape runner. If you use that pretty much every time you craft, you want to have that in arm's reach. Other things can be further away if you don't use them every time. Join the 2011 Get Organized Challenge group on Facebook. Post your progress on the Facebook page. She asks that you, in capital letters, start those progress report, and then say either what you've done or what you've done today. You don't have to be totally finished when you post your progress report if you don't want. You can just say what you've accomplished of it so far. And then she puts you into a drawing to win a gift certificate from her website. So if you're interested in the prize, you make sure you do your progress report. And then when you're all done with all those things, you celebrate with your reward. I figured I would show you my scrap rack. That's what I use to organize my supplies. I have a 2-base one. Honestly, I could use a 3rd one, and I do have room for it. If I removed my planner bag, I would have room for it. I just have to shift maybe just a little bit. But I don't have my alphabet section in here because it's not big enough. I'm actually thinking of purging some of my alphabets because I just don't seem to use them. But I have my alphabets. I have my themes A to Z here. This is my shape section. This is what I was talking about. It's got things to use that I can use to make shapes or backgrounds or, whatever. So I have my stencils in here. I have samples of my stamps that are just shapes or backgrounds. My dies, punches, samples of my embossing folders. my punch boards. There's even samples of my scissors, which I hang up and number. But I can flip to and see what those different shapes look like when they're cut. And then my seasonal section, I just keep my the one that, either the current season or the one I'm currently working out of. Right now I do have the current season in there. I have fall in there. So, but I have 3 other spiders, one for each season, and those are stored in my underneath my desk in a crate. And then I have my rainbow section, which you can see there's a little bit of everything in the rainbow. I have all my pink flowers, some bossing threads, some stars, eyelets. Sometimes there's brads in a section. Looks like I don't have any pink ones. I have ribbon in here, though I've taken to just storing my ribbon off the rack, and I file it using the 4-section system the same way. Some tags that I've already cut, some frames, or that I've already bought in some cases. I figured each week I could do a video and show you that week's thing. Like next week paper, I can show you how my paper is organized. It might be interesting to see somebody's. This is what I keep my extra spiders in. So, and that's pretty much it for week 1, which is getting ready to get organized. If you would like to participate, I will put links in the description of the video. Like I said, if you need to organize your craft room, I highly recommend the system. I mean, you can tweak it to personalize what you craft about, or how you craft, or how you store things. It's really helped me. I can pretty much find anything in my craft room in probably less than a minute. So it does work. Like I said, I'll put links in the description, and I hope maybe some of you join me. Thanks.